Good afternoon, everybody. I decided to change my orientation. I'm sitting on the twin bed, which I have for my granddaughter. Also serves as a nice couch for the puppy and the cat. And some more of my fabulous artwork beside me or behind me. I love it. I really need to paint. I have to go through um I have like a stack of stuff that I don't need to have a stack of stuff of, and kind of organize that because I believe I've got at least two 8x8 wood canvases, and I love working on wood canvases in there. And I know I have tins that I could work on. I have to get into it. I should probably do that really soon because I have a feeling the vacation part of this really slow time of the year is almost over, and that's good. And I've been diff- trying really hard. Maybe the cat will come in. He's right here. So, um, to really just relax. Let's talk about that for a minute. I had not been able to relax probably up until now. Honestly, I have had so much anxiety, PTSD, and just in general, just a lot of anxiety over the past 5 years, 6 years of my life. I don't know. It's been a little while. Um, I don't really talk about this, and I'm not really going to, but I had a relationship with someone that I shouldn't have had a relationship with for a long time. And it's funny because I was feeling soft hearted about him recently, like in the last couple of days. And like God reminded me, like those little flashes before your eyes. I was remembering one day pulling up to the house after like going for our beer run and just feeling so relieved that I survived and actually got into the driveway. Just crazy. It was like, so I was happy that I was able to remember those kind of things because it's important when you go through something that's that dangerous in your life that you do remember. It doesn't, but you don't have to have anxiety about it. And I didn't. I was just like, oh, thank you, Jesus. When it comes to those kind of situations, for me, I was really upset in the beginning. I felt like it took me so long to get away. It took me so long. And I think I was only there for 3, 4 years total with him. Maybe 3 years. Like, I don't even know. But it wasn't long. It was not more than 5 years. And for some people out there, if you're dealing with a really hard thing, there are a lot of women out there and men that are dealing with really tough things that last a long time, a very long time, and way longer than that. So that was just like a blip in my existence. It just happened to happen at a period of my life where um, I don't know. It's never convenient to get involved with a fucking crazy person, ever. So there you go. If you ever, if you're in a situation that you are afraid for your life, um, it's gonna take guts. It might take planning if you have the luxury of being able to think at all and plan. It's gonna take a lot, and then you got a long way to go. So it's been over 2 years since I escaped, and I am finally, and who knows, but I am finally at the spot where I'm okay. and that I actually kind of like, I even forgive him, and I'm not so traumatized. I don't think I'd like running into him. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that would be bad for me to run into him in the world. But he's not going to hunt me down, and that's good. There are other women out there that deal with people that would, and it makes it even scarier. It took me probably last 6 months where I really felt like he's not going to show up here. So for the first year and a half of living, year and a half, 2 years of living in northern Vermont, I was worried, very worried that he was going to show up one day. I'm not now, and hopefully that never like happens. Anyway, I'm not sure why I brought that up, but I did. So here we are. Um, Today's a good day. I woke up early. I had a humongous breakfast. I usually wait. I was kind of hungry early. And I went to town. I took one of those Italian sausages and sliced it up. I took the leftover ribeye from last night, sliced that up, and took 2 pieces of side pork out of I have a bag of side pork. I cook it once a week. And I leave it in there either for snacks or to add to meals for flavor. Um, I don't sit over it. I don't add it to a lot of things. I do like that it's side pork and not bacon, because maybe this is something that that gentleman used to put in a lot of food that I would not have asked for in that food, and I kind of got over bacon, and I know how good bacon is for a ketovore diet. It's good for you, um, and it's even better if it's side pork because that's uncured bacon, and I like that. I don't need to have anything in it. I add plenty of salt all by myself. I don't need any extra nitrates or anything like that. So I'm so happy that my butcher has the side pork right there. And so I cook a pound of it a week off, and eventually between me and the dog we finish it. She probably has about half of it though, honestly. So I did that in the morning, and I chopped that up, and I still had lots of awesome fat from the night before in my cast iron, and I made some. I took 3 eggs, and usually when I make eggs, even before I started back on this kind of eating lifestyle, when I made eggs, I made 4. So I only made 3 this morning because that's what was left in that particular container. I was like, all right. So right now I have 5.5 dozen eggs in my refrigerator. So I'm like, I can't just only eat them in carnivore ice cream because that is going to go away. That's not going to be a constant. It's because it's the beginning, and I'm still kind of struggling with not picking up that homemade treat from whoever makes it here in the area at the local store. It's I even had this thought today. I was going by, there's a local diner here. It's a restaurant. It's kind of like a diner. It's cool. I like it. And they make these whoopie pies that are the size of my cat. They're huge. Huge. And I remember when I was thinking, you're going to end up going back to keto soon. I know you are, Tara. Make sure you get one of those whoopie pies before you do. I never did. It didn't happen. So I'll never have one. Maybe I'll try to learn how to make a keto or carnivore whoopie pie. I'm sure I can do it. Plus, whoopie pies are not really my thing. So I don't know why. I'm like, oh man, I missed that. No, I missed a lot of really bad sugars in my body all at one time because I may have eaten the whole damn thing at once or gotten close to it. So I didn't really miss anything, did I? So I had that. for breakfast, and I put butter on my eggs and salt and pepper, and it was just glorious. I either get eggs from where I get my raw milk, or I get eggs from the Amish. Depends on where I'm at. Where I get my raw milk is the best price point for me, and that is a combination of eggs between white and brown and whatever. Um, and I get those for $5 a dozen. And the Amish eggs, I have a spot, and it's one of several spots where people resell their eggs. They're the only people that are reselling their eggs, probably close to the price point that they're getting it sold to. So my regular store that I go to for most of my grocery shopping, but not really now because I'm eating mostly meat. Um, they're charging $8 for a dozen. Um, the other store where I go to for my cigarettes, because I'm still a smoker, don't worry, don't yell at me. That'll go when it's time to go. One thing at a time. All right. Um, I don't even know what they charge there. It's too much for me. And then there's a little store right down the bottom of my hill, and that's mostly like old fashioned gas station, where you go in, you could get your beer, you get some treats, you can play your lottery tickets, and they have very minimal items in their open doors. So there I can get it for $5.75 a dozen. And that's where I was getting it up until I showed up at the milk place and the fridge was stocked. I'm like, what? And I got 4 a dozen right there. Because I'll buy them in that kind of bulk, even though I'm not a big egg eater. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. But eggs are important, and they're really delicious, and they're really super good for you. And if you can get them farm fresh, do it. I don't trust any egg that goes to the grocery store at all. Not even a little bit. And I haven't even watched those videos that pop up that say, oh, what they're putting in your egg. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Nope. I want somebody picking them off the ground or out of their little hen box. That's where I want my eggs from. As a matter of fact, the next place that I get, I'm getting chickens. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Um, Plus, chickens are delicious too. I love to eat them, but they're excellent pets. They're awesome. So anyhow, so I had this glob of meat, and giant eggs, and I made like scrambled eggs, and I had that, and it was really good. I'm sitting there like, what to do, and I've got a list of things that I could get done that I've been getting at, but I've been trying to treat this really slow week like I did it on purpose, like it's a staycation. I've been trying to do that. So I'm doing a little bit of chores. I mean, my dishes are done at the end of the night. My stove is wiped down. My counter actually looks pretty good. I can actually sit at it. It's not perfect, but it's close. Those little things that I've developed as a habit that I really love. Those are happening. The dishes are done, and that's beautiful. But there's so much time of the year here that there's no rest for the weary. It's freezing cold, and it's like ridiculous. And you're really busy, and you don't have time to take a break. And you don't get a day off for 6 months out of the year max. I mean, when I first moved back, I didn't ever have a day off. Um, I just didn't. I couldn't even handle having a day off. I couldn't relax at all. So here I am, relaxing, and the giant breakfast. It's like, all right, what to do? And I'm like, oh, I think I want to relax some more, a little deeper. I took a nap. I took a nap at 9 o'clock in the morning. No, it wasn't 9 o'clock. It was close to 11. No, no, it was 10 because I did set an alarm just in case because sometimes those naps, they could go on. And you don't want to waste daylight, especially when you only have daylight. It seems like in the winter, there's like 3 hours of daylight and it's over. Like feels like it anyway. So I don't want to waste a lot of daylight, but it's freezing cold out for some reason still. And I'm just like, I'm going to get some more healing done. And so I prayed and I asked God, I said, if this is not the right thing for me to do, you know what to do. Just make my brain go crazy and I'll get up and I'll do what you want. I'll move into the direction of what you're thinking. And I was out. The dog came over. She leaned up against me. She jumped up on the bed. And I was out like a light. And I could have stayed in bed. Be yawning just thinking about it. It was such a glorious nap. Um, I'm like, okay, the alarm's not going off. This is good. Because sometimes when you take a nap like that, you got to remind yourself, is it the next day already? Those are murder naps. I don't like those. So I get up and I'm like, all right. Dog's like, yeah. And I'm like, you don't have to jump. Like, she was like ready to jump out. I'm like, just calm down. Nobody needs to run anywhere. And we just got up and did a little stretching, walked over into the living room, and my alarm was going to go off at noon, and it was 11:30, so I took an hour and a half nap. I went to go get my check up at the mountain, um, cashed it, bought a Diet Coke, drove down a dirt road, came home, and was like, whoa, I was like really hungry. Generally, I'll put it to you this way: when you're eating 3 eggs and a lot of meat and you've added butter to it all, hunger is not something that happens again for a long while. So I was like, wow, I'm hungry already. What the heck? And from what I'm understanding and from what I really want to do, I want to listen to what my body's telling me. So I went slow about it because maybe I could skip the hunger part. Um, because I felt like that was probably plenty. But I know I don't even know if calories are a real thing, but I know I've been light on calories, even though I'm eating, you know? So put all the clean dishes away, um, whipped up some more ice cream, vanilla, no chocolate. I did put cream cheese in it, but just half of what I did last time. It might have been the chocolate. I don't know. It was really good, that ice cream I made, but the last time, but I figured I want to go back to vanilla. And did that and was like, oh, my meat was finally defrosted, my hamburger, and or chopped meat, depends on where you're. Like, I'm from New York, so we call it hamburger meat or chopped meat. I guess in Maine it's only chopped meat or hamburger. I don't know. I remember that being like a contention. Anyway, so I usually make my burgers so incredibly giant, and especially from when I was keto before. 1 pound is 2 burgers to me. That's it. And if you look at a lot of people that do keto or carnivore, that's the truth. So I have no problem with that, but sometimes they're so fat. So I found one of my trays are smaller than my other tray that I did this last time on when I made the elk burgers and I called them cookies. I found a smaller flat tray and I put my roller on it and it actually sits right there so I could make a burger that's that thick. So I put the parchment down and roll it out. I'm like, how am I going to make these? How am I going to sort this? Because once I put my hands on it, it's going to turn into a big ball. It's going to be a big giant fat burger. So I was looking around and I found I have a cookie cutter that's shamrock, and I put it on the meat that I had flattened out, and it would fit it twice. And then I could put the scrap meat around it and stuff it in there and have 3 burgers, one a little thicker than the others. So that's what I did, and I made 3 burgers out of that pound of meat. And the thicker one I put in the fridge. The 2 that were thinner, I had them with a little bit of cheddar cheese that I cut off the block. I didn't buy it in slices or shredded. Um, Trying really hard to be as involved with the food as I can, kind of thing. So no more sliced cheese. I do have some American cheese. I'll probably give it away. I don't even know if my neighbors would eat that though. And I'm not having soups. I love American cheese and soup. It's crazy. Maybe I'll keep it around. It's not going to go bad at all. So did that, and then I still had some of that blue cheese dressing that I made when I had that wedge salad, and I put a teaspoon of that on both of the burgers. Sat down. They were so good and so perfectly cooked, which was really great because I had overcooked my ribeye yesterday, and that's an expensive piece of meat to not cook the way you want. And so I was like, what? I was very happy. So I took out another pack of burgers for tomorrow, and I have one bigger one that I'll probably have for breakfast. And it's cooked perfectly, so I can just warm it up a little bit and not overcook it, which I'm excited about. So that's what my macros are for the day so far. It's not a lot of, well, there's no carbs, so that's beautiful. Except for there are plant-based products that happened in there, like crushed red pepper, um, garlic powder that's in the dressing. Everything else is meat and eggs and fat. So that's cool. Yeah, it's still chilly out. Like I'm inside with my sweatshirt on. I have my heat on 66 because I am determined. Like that's it. That's a crazy thing. Last year, it went from cold to very hot very fast. And when the heat turns on outside here, this apartment, because it's an attic apartment, is absolutely unbearable. You cannot go the summer with just your windows open. You would die. So, do you ever see those people, like those inspectors, that they aim the temperature thing up at the ceiling, the attics? That's what happens up here. So I don't even think there's any insulation. It's bad. And you run that AC at 50 degrees all summer long. And then as soon as you can turn off the AC, you got the heat on because it's unbearably cold outside immediately. So it's, as much as I love Vermont, that I can barely tolerate the short summer season. But I can't even, like, guys, where can you go? Maybe I'll ask you all. Who knows? So far I've been seeing like 2 people have viewed my videos. I don't know. But if you're watching this, where could you go? There's a couple of things that I'd want. I need dirt roads. I like it rural. I prefer a conservative attitude. People that are conservative. I like really green. I love green grass. As far as looks are concerned, I haven't seen much that's more beautiful than Vermont. Vermont is fucking beautiful. Um, Even in the winter, it's unbelievable. And I hate winter. I don't mind having some winter, but I don't want it to be the predominant season. I could do 3 months of cold, but 6 months of cold kicks my ass. It's too much. Um, I like fall, I like spring, and I love summer. So if I was to have a predominantly one season, I would prefer the summer to be 6 months long, the winter to be 3 months long, and spring and fall to be the side. Um, Christian, conservative. Now, Vermont's not conservative politically, but the people are. When you get to the people that are real in Vermont, they really are. Um, but I guess that's like any other state. People that live in the cities run everything, huh? I'm thinking like Wyoming, Idaho, Carolinas. I don't even know. I do know being a. You want to come up? Come on up. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. What's going over there? She's like, I want to come and be in the video too. Oh, she's so precious. You see him? I don't know. Like, where on earth? I like mountains. I mean, I love the ocean, but I feel like the coastlines are all contaminated now. Um, I don't even know. Like, I'd like to move to West Virginia. As crazy as that sounds, but there's literally an entity that is trying to murder those people. Like, there is an entity that is trying to murder the people of West Virginia and all of Appalachia. The thing that's crazy is up here in Vermont, we are in Appalachia, and they're just starting to turn their eyes on us. And what's happening around here is absolutely terrifying. And that's freaky. I don't like Maine. And if I did, I'd want to be down east. And guess what? It's way too cold. Way further north than where I'm at. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I love Florida. Love it. I don't know if I want it hot that long though. I've kind of gotten used to. Florida's different, but I loved it. I was there for a long time. It was the longest I ever stayed put in one place on purpose, ever. Um, but way too populated, and the countryside there is a little different, if you know what I'm saying. Um, I just can't even imagine where to go. Any further south in Vermont feels a little scary, a little too close to the rest of New England. New York's out of the question, 100%. Um, Pennsylvania, from what I understand of Pennsylvania, anywhere that has any population whatsoever is just ghetto. That's what I've been hearing from people that freshly live there, which sucks because it's beautiful. Jersey's a no-go. Same with New York. I don't, I don't know. So, I'm trying to be really content with where I'm at, and that's been part of what I've been doing this week. Contentment. And it is beautiful. Oh man, is it beautiful here. It's crazy beautiful. And this time of year, oh, the trees are barely budding, but they're starting to, so you're getting that texture on the hills. And the grass is just brilliant emerald green. Like, it's crazy. Maybe I'll peek you over. Should I peek you over the window so you can see? I think that'd be kind of cool for you to see. Yeah. So that's my day. I'm like ready to. I wish I could allow my brain to be entertained by a movie. I'm like ready to cuddle up and watch a movie. It is not a damn movie I'd want to watch. So I won't. I'll probably watch a podcast. And after my stomach settles a little bit, I'll do my vibration plate. And this, let me show you. It's so cute. Green. About this guy. Yep. So stinking cute. All right, let me show you. I don't know if the camera will catch it, but I'm going to try to share the glory of Vermont. It's beautiful. And luckily, where I live, it's conservative. People are nice here. See if you can see. So, can you see the trees are starting to get little buds? Look at that grass. Like, what? It's so drama out there today. Like, so drama. The skies are dark gray. I'll put a picture of the skies this afternoon. Can you see that? See how the spring is coming? And then you look and that grass is green. And that grass will stay green all the way up until there's snow on it. It's just stunning here. So, with that being said, I think I've taken 30 minutes of your time. I hope it wasn't too painful. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I just want to make sure I make these videos and keep myself on track. I'll see you guys on the other side. I love you long time. You have a beautiful day.